So I played 2 rounds. One was at Southern Oaks, and one was at Vaux. I played Vaux on Saturday, and between the 2 rounds, it was like a tale of two cities. And I'm sure Wyatt was getting that he just didn't text me about the second round. But let me just run you through how the first round was going. So at Southern Oaks, I start out and I talked to Chapin. I was like, look, man, I think I can use my driver again. And on the first tee, my first ball, I think I just duffed it. And so I hit a second one. Yeah. I duffed the first one, hit a second one. It's straight down the center of the fairway. I was like, I told you I could pull my driver out again. So it's just kind of like, I think I opened that hole. I was using new golf balls also. So I had a new glove, and then I bought these like Callaway Supermax something. They were neon yellow. They weren't my little nitros that I usually hit. And I don't know if it was the ball or if it was the ground or if it was both, but the ball was freaking rolling. Like I hit the drive, it hit the ground, and it rolled probably like 50 yards. And then I can't hit my irons anymore, which we'll talk about in a minute because it's just driving me crazy. But I can't hit my irons anymore. I put it over on the right side in a different fairway. I had to chip over the water, hit it in the water. Then I back and forth putted because I didn't know what I was doing. And I like +4 the first hole, +3 the second hole. And then I settled into like pars and bogeys. And I finished the front 9 with a 47. And then the back 9 hit, and I forgot how to putt. And I think it was I was rolling up. I had the 12th, 10, no, 11. Hole 11 was a par 3. I don't know. Why? Have you played Southern Oaks with me? No, I took you to Eagle Ridge.
Yeah, I played Eagle Ridge.
Well, this is like it was 120 yards. I think it said it was playing 113. So I pull my sand wedge. I'm like, this is going to be great. It's going to be great. Well, I thinned it, and it went just like, instead of getting any trajectory, it just went, phew, and it hit the back of the green, rolled into the ditch. And so we get up there. I walk down to my ball, and I'm probably like 20 feet below the green. And I was like, no worries. Been practicing my flop shot at the range. So,
oh boy,
famous last words.
Well, hang on. Okay, hang on. I had a flop shot also on the 9th hole, and I just overcooked it a little bit. So it hit the green right about the point of the hole. And at Southern Oaks, the greens are so small. If you hit the green, your ball's not going to make it. Like if you touch the green with the ball, it's going to roll off. So you have to land it before. So I was like, okay, well, I overcooked that one. This one, I'll just cook it a little less. Well, I hit it, and it went basically straight up, and it landed. If like the fairway's up here, or if the green is up here, I landed it like right there. So I was like, no worries, just chip it again. Then I bladed across. So I started out the back 9 the same way I started out the front 9 with like a quick little +4, +3. Nothing big. Just a couple, like, I think they're called snowmen, is what Grant was telling Wyatt.
Yeah.
So I roll up. The 12th hole went well. Except for a pitching wedge that I tried to put on the green, and I just didn't cook it enough, so I put another one on. I think I bogeyed or double bogeyed that one. Whatever. Double bogey, that's fine. I think we lost Luke, at least video-wise. Anyways, so I roll up to the... It's just me? Oh, I just can't see you. It's my lack of...
I'm still chilling.
I roll up to the 13th tee, and Chapin tees off, and I'm looking at my phone, and Wyatt texts me, and he said something like, how's that round of golf going, bud? Or something like that. And I was like, dude, I'm falling apart. And I was like, how does he know I'm playing golf? Whatever. Because I didn't really read it. And then I look at the text message again, and I see what it's telling him. Let me see if I can find our text. Because I was like, how does he know that I'm playing so bad? So he's got just a series of notifications. Where's my last text with Wyatt? Where is it? So many. There we go. So many text messages. So it tells him I just started a round, and then it tells him I posted a snowman on the first hole. I'm 11 over at the turn. Posted a snowman on the 10th hole. and I posted a snowman on the 13th. So maybe it was the 14th that I read my text messages. On the 13th, I had the video I was trying to show you at Vo just now, where I couldn't hit a wedge over the water. I had the exact same issue at Southern Oaks trying to hit it over the water. I hit like 3. I lost a sleeve of balls right there, just on one hole in 4 shots.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I used 1 ball for the whole front 9, and I lost 5 balls in the first 3 holes of the back 9. In the end, I lost an entire box, and then so it was, needless to say, it was a rough day out on the course. But I managed to shoot a 102, which I was like so proud of, despite everything, because I was like, hey, I could break 100. So I'm all amped up. I'm like ready to play. I called Dylan. He's like, hey, let's go play Saturday. He was like, all right, I'm cool. I'm free. We go play, and I'm like hyping up how I can hit my driver again in the parking lot. And we get up on the first hole, and I don't know how I did it, but I was ankling it and hitting the ball quite literally, instead of it going straight, like across my body. And I was like, I don't know what that was. Whatever. You hit. I'll line up the second one. Hit the second one the exact same direction. And I was like, how is this possible? It's got to be a fluke. Set up a third ball. I hit that one the same direction.
Took a third one, dude.
I took a third ball off the first tee, and all 3 went the same direction. I was like, if this is how today's going to go,
here's your sign.
It's going to be a miserable couple hours. So I was like, he was like, you want me to drive you up there? I was like, no, I'm going to go walk and think about my decisions. So I go and I pick up my balls, and we go and we play. And on that hole, everything seemed fine other than my driving. Hole number 2, I hit a good drive, and this is where I discover I can't play my irons. I top the ball, it rolls like 50 yards, and then I overcooked my chip, but I was like, whatever, that's fine. At least it was good contact with the chip. And then I like 3-putt or something gross. And so Chapin downloaded the Grint when I was playing with him at Southern Oaks. So then he sent me a text. He was like, a 4-putt on the third or on the second. And I was like, we're not going to talk about it. This is too early. I don't need the smoke this early in my round.
I almost texted you after that too. I saw it and I was like, oh, Josh.
Oh, it was
no. Bud.
Let me pull up my scorecard, Luke, because you don't have the Grint, and you might want to download it just for.
I might need to download it
just for the content.
I won't even put anything, because if I go golfing, I'm gonna be rolling snowmen everywhere.
Oh,
man. It's gonna be a winter wonderland.
It can't be anywhere near as bad as this. So, hole 1, I shot at 7. Hole 2, a 7. Hole 3, a 5. So it's par 4, par 4, par 3. And
consistency though.
It gets worse. Hole number 4, it's a par 5. It's probably the hardest hole in the course, I would say. It starts out, it's a dogleg right, water left. So you want to kind of drive it up and over, but there's like pine trees. And then your second shot, if you have something long, no worries, you can make it, but there's water all up the left side, and then like a deep rough on the right. And then the hole is a little bit elevated, and it's like bunker, a little bit of a like pathway to the hole, and then a bunker. Well, I shot a 9 on the 4th hole. So,
oh no.
So I'm almost at 36,
Through 4 holes.
Through 4 holes. I was at 14, 19. I'm at 28 in 4 holes. So, only up from there. At that point, I settle in like double bogeys and bogeys. Shoot a 58 on the way out. And then we stop at the clubhouse. I'm like, I'm going to get a Gatorade and some Cheetos, and we're going to be a new man. And I shot double bogey, double bogey, double bogey, double bogey. And then on 14, I shot a +4, posted a snowman. And then I bogey, double bogey, triple bogey my way out for a 56 on the back.
Oh, goodness. A 56.
To shoot a 114.
114.
on the 17th, I mean, I miss. It's a par three, like kind of over a little bit of water. The water really shouldn't be in play, but it's there and it psychs you out. And it's like 130 yards. I hit my pitching wedge directly right, and the whole time it's in the air, I'm like, it's water, it's water, it's water, it's water. It lands if like I'm not gonna be able to illustrate this, but basically there's water. There's like the rocks that border the water. I'm like 2 feet in front of the rocks, so I'm dry. I flop shot it up onto the green. Should be a straightforward par putt. It's like from 10 feet. Well, I double bogeyed that hole, if that tells you how good my putting was. Dylan, on the other hand, shot a 102. He was going to break 100, but on the 18th, he 4-putted.
Yikes.
So, golf wasn't great for either of us. But I don't know if it's the golf balls that I'm using that are helping my distance, or if it's that I'm just actually striking the ball better with the driver. Because, even on the greens, like I brought my golf or my putter up and I putt on like the carpet in my room, and I'm like 50%. But then on the course, I'm like, there's a 75% chance I'm gonna miss. It's that bad. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's going on. Basically, like I spent 3 weeks working on my driver, and now I can't hit an iron. So, but I can chip. So I hit my goals from last episode. But now I have to have a new goal of I need to be able to hit my irons, which pretty much guarantees that for the next time I won't be able to hit my driver. So just going up and down. I don't know if y'all played any golf or hit. Well, you didn't play any golf, but I don't know if you hit the range at all.
Nope.
Not yet.
Unfortunately not. I do have story time, though, because I'm about to be hitting the range this week and playing golf on Saturday.
Ooh. Oh, where are you going?
Spring Valley.
Oh.
No, so
does that count as golf?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well,
you might as well just go play Wii golf at that point.
Elaboration. Sarah's been hearing all the talk I've been doing about golf and how much I've been playing, and she's been really interested in playing. So on Saturday, we picked her up a set of used clubs from somebody in Houston.
Is that why you want to know about golf routes?
Yeah. They don't do a women's starter set, so that kind of punked us, but only men.
Quality.
Yeah, right.
Hey, they don't do lefty starter kits either, so.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I was kind of up and creaky.
Just be normal, for God's sake.
So we ended up Facebook marketplacing a set of 2020 Top Flight clubs for like half price of what they're supposed to be, because they're usually like $300, which is a lot for like you get 10 clubs and nothing else.
And for Top Flight clubs.
Hey, Callaway owns Top Flight, so they're not that bad, but they're not great.
Okay,
but they'll work. So
I see. Callaway doesn't want their name on those clubs.
Exactly. So we had some. Sarah and I went and babysat yesterday, so we had some like free time to play around. So we pulled her clubs out, did some practicing with some. The lady gave her like a bag worth of like 50 balls. Like, it's huge, but 75% of them were foam practice balls, and that was not mentioned anywhere. I was like, great. On the online photos, they looked like they were pink ones, like ladies' golf balls. No, it was all the foam ones and then men's golf balls. I was like, what were you doing with this?
There's ladies' golf balls?
Yeah, they're designed for women because they have slower swing speeds, so they have a little bit more bounce. Happens.
Maybe I need to hit some ladies' golf balls.
That's what I was about to say. I probably need to go pick up some women's golf balls.
And then we're going to the range probably like Wednesday or Thursday, and then we're going to go play round of probably 9 holes on Saturday. So I will report back next time we do this. And
maybe you'll actually get a cart this time.
I hope so. I hope that I get a cart that might have brakes this time, maybe, so I can stop.
There is one that does not have brakes.
I'm also hoping I don't have to Flintstones the cart every time either, but we'll see when we get there. because it's
that's
the winter and they probably don't have grass.
One can hope.
Not excited. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not excited.
What range are y'all going?
Well, they've gotten a lot of rain, so.
Kinda. We're probably gonna go to the Aggieland driving range. That one I took you to, Josh. I don't know if you've been there, Luke.
I've only ever been to Big Shots up here. That's my driving range.
It's over on the opposite side of town from you. It's down on Holland. Behind
the
Welburn.
Only time I ever went there was when I had just the 5 clubs, and I almost hit a guy in line hitting. I like toe sliced it so bad that it went like directly right, and the guy like a couple down turned and looked, and I was just like pretending that I didn't hit that ball. I was like, yeah. I think Wyatt and I shared a bucket of balls. And a little like area, and it was like grass, and then this was where you were hitting. It was just like from everybody hitting and leaving divots, and then me bringing a shovel instead of an 8-iron. It definitely didn't help their cause. They should for sure look into those like turf mats. On the topic of those turf mats.
Already have.
I don't think I want to hit on turf mats anymore.
No, actually, it really ruins your swing and ruins all the feedback.
Yeah. So that driving range, that like all those clips that I make, the St. Etienne range or whatever in Broussard, it's convenient because it's right by where I work, and I can go whether it's raining or it's like hot or cold, whatever, because it's just like you swipe your card, it gives you the balls. There's nobody out there. You hit off a turf mat, everything's good. Whatever. Basically, the only thing I can work on there is driving, because, like, if I duff a 9-iron, it'll still go straight. But like, and then it's always the same lie.
Yeah.
So it's like perfect to hit off of every single time. So I was seeing the best results when I was going to the wetlands, which has no turf mats. It's only like grass. They move the practice area up and down. So like I was getting actual feedback. So even though it's cheaper and I guess more effective cost-wise for me to go to Broussard, I'll just suck it up, pay a little bit extra, and go back to the wetlands. That way I can actually hit the damn ball. Because, I mean, I've been working on the driving so much that and then I still sometimes hit the ground behind the ball with the driver. Yeah. But at least it's like on plane. So I was like, I'll take it, whatever. But I cannot get down low enough to hit an iron shot to save my life. And then somewhere along the way, I'm like, golf ball here, and I'm kind of like hitting ankle and cupping it and like swooping underneath it. And it's a mess. I think I'm thinking about it too much. I'm trying to hinge my wrist. But I think, like I was watching a video of one of the pros, his arm doesn't like come all the way across his chest. Like it kind of more or less stays with his arm. Like his bicep doesn't touch his chest. But then when I watch my swing videos, I bring it so far back, but I like steep that my like arm is like underneath my neck.
Yeah.
And there's no hinge in my wrist. So I think I'm like trying to work on too many things at once that I've like ruined my swing for now. But maybe it'll pay off. And then I was like, I'm just not going to go play golf anywhere that costs anything more than $45.
There you
go. Until I can like, actually play and it'd be worth it.
Speaking of money, Spring Valley raised their prices.
They better get
the fix
in their course then.
I don't know, because it's about to cost $40 for 2 people to play 9. It used to be what, like 16 per person?
Bro, we would pay $40 for 2 people to play 18.
Yeah.
And have like a tall boy White Claw at the turn.
Yeah.
So
now it's just 40 for 2 people to play 9. Little ridiculous.
That's kind of gross.
That's terrible.
They better
for that
up
course.
the conditions of that course.
Yeah.
If I roll up and it's the same as it was last time I was there, nah.
Like they're gonna lose people. They already don't get enough people there. There's no way. Like you can't chip onto the green there. It's literally impossible. It's impossible.
There is no green. What do you mean?
But like where there is
you can't pick
green,
a line on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the sand, the little like the powdery sand that the grass is growing in on the green, it just like the ball just dies. It's ridiculous. It was driving me crazy last time I went there.
It's ridiculous.
I still have that the scorecard though, Josh.
Oh, you go ahead.
I have that scorecard. Yeah, I found it the other day.
That shows you beating me on the front nine.
Yeah, and then me getting dogged on the back.
You want to see my scorecard from Southern Oaks?
Sure. I believe so.
Okay.
At the moment.
All right, so I don't remember what we were talking about before my thing just crashed.
Do you remember who was talking? Because we can go.
It was probably me.
I think we were in a lull. So I'm going to go with Luke. When do you plan to play golf again?
I mean, I do want to go soon, but the problem is I need to work to get money to pay for my car and do stuff. And right now, pretty much working enough to pay for my car note and then just sit on my butt and do nothing. So I could use a side yard and some like practice balls right now. But both my roommates play. Well, especially one. The other one needs longer clubs because he's outgrown them. But like, we're trying to get the roomies to go golfing, especially now that the weather's nice and I don't have to worry about it being like 50 degrees when I'm trying to golf.
Yeah, it's like nice
or 40 with no
80
windshield
degrees right now, which is so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's just windy up here, dude. It's insane. I don't know why.
It's been windy over here
every
too.
day.
When I played at Southern Oaks, the wind, it said, like the forecast said 20 miles an hour. And it was gusting up to like 35. Flying. And I was like, and so John, my boss, he has a membership at Southern Oaks. And so before I went, I said, hey, John, you got any recommendations for playing at Southern Oaks when it's windy? And he was like, don't. I was like, okay, well, put that aside. I was like, I'm going play. What's your recommendation? And he was like, don't. I was like, all right, cool. Got it. Now, what you guys should do
it's going to be a good day.
Is you should come to Lafayette and we can play one of the
just
5 different golf courses we got over here.
Yeah, let me just book it down to Lafayette right now. 5 hours away.
It's only 5 hours.
Yeah, but it won't take that long. Luke, I'll come pick you up in my car. We can
go. Boom, boom. I still get better gas mileage than you.
I know.
Little side topic on topic of cars. So I took my car to get an oil change today, and I drop it off, and Grandma came and picked me up to bring me back home because the last time I went and dropped it off, they were like, do you have an appointment? And I was like, no. I'm like, it'll probably be like 4 hours. And I was like, 4 hours? I'm not going to do it. I don't have that time. Well, today I was like, I probably have 4 hours. So I got to drop it off. They're like, it's going to be a while. I was like, okay, that's fine. He's like, you dropping it off? I was like, yeah, it's yours. So she picks me up. We're at Gloria Switchin University. So Luke knows roughly how far that is from Hub City Ford on like basically Ponte Utah. We're not even there yet. And I get a text. So this is Harold from Hub City Ford. Are you interested? Or we're looking to buy vehicles just like yours. Are you interested in selling your vehicle? He was like, if you are, message yes, and I'll give you my offer. And I was like, whatever. Let's see what his offer is. He goes, based on the condition of your vehicle, somewhere between 14.9 and 16.1. And I was like, like, brother, you got to offer me a whole lot more than that if you think I'm going to sell that thing. And then I looked up how much I still have to pay.
$10K more than that, easy.
I still have to pay $16,700. I was like, I'm going to have to pay you to sell you my car. And then I'm not going to have a car.
Yeah.
And no money to put a down payment on it. I was like, you don't know how this works, my friend.
I am in college. I am broke.
I also like my car.
Yeah. That's like with mine, whenever I was getting it and Dad was like, you never know, like this could be Rebecca's first car. I was like thinking about it, I was like, I'm keeping this shit. There ain't no way I'm selling it right now.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I was like, what what are you gonna do for me to make me get a new car,
Dude.
That's right. Because I was like, at one point I was debating it. I was like, I could work like a crap ton, save buku money, and still do my Bronco. But I was like, but I gotta order it in like February so that I can get it by the time she's 16. That way she has my car and I can have my Bronco. But I was like, that's gonna wait.
If that, they're way behind.
Yeah.
But the car thing segues me into, these Styx golf clubs, the like really slick looking black ones. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
So I keep getting these offers for them on Instagram, and you can finance it for like $46 a month. And I was like, $46 a month for a full set of 14 and a bag. It's doable, but I was like,
I hate to be the bearer of bad news here.
I don't need. Well, I do, but I don't need them that bad. What's the bad news?
Hate to rain on your parade, but I wouldn't touch those with a 10-foot pole.
Why?
They're not good quality clubs. They look great, but they're not like great quality. From most sources out there that have actually bought them, they're kind of like a stick with a rock on the end.
Nice.
That happens with a lot of brands. Like that Lazarus brand we're in a competition for, apparently those are pretty bad too.
Yeah. Well, if we win them, they'll be free. You know what else we're in a drawing for?
Yeah, of course.
A full set of Paradigm clubs.
Yeah, that's dope.
Nice. There's no shot we're going to win them.
No way.
Like, that would be luck of some astronomical case if we win Paradigm clubs.
But the only thing I win my entire life. Never again. Luck out
I would
right
almost
there.
rather not win them so that maybe one day I could win the lottery. Because lightning doesn't strike twice. Unless you're...
I'd rather win like a free car or something like that. Because even the lottery, that's just a government payday, dude. I don't need to give them more money.
Though. Like, I know it's like, okay,
not today.
You win... if you win the...
At that point, it's not even a government payday for us. They're going to send that shit to Ukraine.
Okay, but like, here's my perspective, Okay, so say I win whatever the big one was. It was like 1.7 billion. All right, they're gonna scout me like half of that. Okay, half of 1.7 billion. You know how far I can make that last?
A long time.
All of our ancestors leading up to us combined don't even make 1% of that.
Yeah.
Like mom and dad, there's no shot that they're even going to come close to that ever, unless something crazy happens. You know what I mean? So like,
unless they win the lottery,
I could scrape by. I could make it work. With that money, I could buy a golf course.
But to win the lottery, you got to play the lottery.
Yeah, and I don't play the lottery.
Yeah.
I don't touch that redneck retirement plan.
No, seriously.
The redneck retirement plan. That's how most people pay for their gas money. Scratch offs.
Yeah.
Can I use the value of my soft drink to buy $3 worth of gas? You sure can.
What you getting, a gallon? You going down to the next gas station?
The Circle K. But I think golf club wise, the only thing I need to add really is I need to get a hybrid or like some kind of fairway wood, because the longest club I have after my driver is a 4-iron, and at best I'll probably hit that 170 yards. Maybe like eventually 200. But like if I'm on a 500-yard par 5, what am I going to do?
Tee it up on the fairway, boy.
But if I'm trying to play by the rules, I can't tee it up on the fairway.
Drive her off the deck.
Ooh.
Listen, what does he always say, Josh? Scorecards don't have pictures.
Scorecards don't have pictures? Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, as
No
long
one
as
needs
the
to
right
know
That's
that.
60 degree too.
course
That
marshal's
would
out there.
that would save my life, because
I've got one.
Yeah.
because basically, yeah,
You can't use it, though.
Thanks. Yeah, what am I going to swing it upside down?
Hey, do what you
I
got to
can't
do, bro.
even.
Just learn to
I
swing
can't
lefty.
even swing
Yeah,
right.
like swing over your head.
I literally can't even swing righty. There's no way. There's no way. Because I blade my sand wedge. I only like if I'm going to use my pitching wedge to chip, it's like a bump and run scenario, or I'm going to hit it too hard. And then with my sand wedge, I either flop it, chunk it, or I blade it. And flopping works if I'm like 20 yards from the hole, but it's not viable if I'm right next to it. So I was Texas wedging the crap out of the golf course. I mean, I was like, at one point, there was like 10 yards of fairway and then the green, and I was like, I'll just putt it. And I just hit it really hard, and I think I left it like 5 feet and then two putted that. So I just need to improve all aspects of my game, but mainly the irons.
Yeah, just do it.
Mainly the irons. That is so
I
frustrating.
gotta learn how to swing a driver and long
So
irons.
you know what this is what helped me with my driver. And it's like, you gotta like push it low to where like the head is like at a 45 almost. And then when you set your hands, be far enough back to where when you like drop your hand, it like falls back into place. So that'll give you like the right distance. And then after that, it's just about correcting swing plane and then where it is in your stance. So like I'm still kind of figuring out where in my stance it is, because sometimes I'll swing correctly, but I'm too far up in my stance. So I hit it left, or I'll hit it pretty nice and I'll be too far back in my stance, so I'll like slice the crap out of it. And then one of them, I was happy that I hit it straight, but I was aggravated because I was trying to play the slice and I hit it in the water because I just missiled it straight. But I was like, where did that come from? And then my like follow up, I think I topped it and it went into the fairway. Or maybe I hit that one in the water. I don't know. That whole round was a blur of just bad shots. So I don't know what was going on. But that Pro V1 that I found, oh my gosh. I picked it up on the 7th. And I was after like a really bad tee shot on a par 3. I think I I didn't even make it over the water that I was supposed to be hitting it over. So like I maybe hit it 120 and all of that was rolling. Part of it was cart path. So how far did I really hit it? I don't know. But I picked up this Pro V1. We were finding them all over the place. Like somebody just didn't care about when they lost their Pro V1s in the grass. So I pick it up. I was like, well, for this hole, might as well use the best ball in golf. And I whacked it, and I was like, that thing went straight and it went far. So I used it again, and it went straight and it went far. And then I hit it in the water on the 9th hole. So.
A disappointing end.
Yeah.
It's not the ball, brother. It's not
No,
the
it's
ball.
not. It's not the ball. It's not the club.
The club.
It is not the course, whether it's wet or dry. It is strictly incompetence on a personal level. I was like, at one point, I told Dylan, I was like, this isn't even about golf anymore. I was like, I'm just enjoying being outside. I was like, I gotta find something to enjoy.
That's rough. That's rough.
It's bad when you got to that point.
And then I was trying to video stuff. I was like, maybe if I pull out the camera, it'll get better. Because then I'll be able to watch what I'm doing. But then I was more worried about where to set up the camera. And then when I watch the clips, sometimes you see the golf ball. Sometimes you don't see the ball, but you see me. Sometimes you don't see either of which until the ball's hit. Sometimes when I thought I was starting it, I was stopping a video. So you miss a whole thing. Ironically, those are the best things, but it's picture it didn't happen. I got this flop shot off the clay. I was in between some trees. It was clay and acorns. I brought both my clubs over there. I was just trying to chip it onto the green, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to flop it with the sand wedge. We're just going to chip it with the pitching wedge. And it just went boop, right on the green. And I was like, I went to look at the video to see what it looked like. There's no video. There's the video of me in the golf cart walking over and me fiddling around with it, and you just see my face, and it's like a POV. You're the ball. It's like I'm setting everything up, and then it's like it just stops, and then it's me on the putting to the green. And then I was like, I'm gonna try and be cool. I'm gonna set up the camera at the hole. No, like certainly I'm gonna catch all the ball because you're gonna see it going up to the hole, and at worst, just land short. Then I hit it like left or right, and it goes out of the frame of the camera. I was like, I don't even know how to play golf at all today. Like I have genuinely no idea. I was like, I just squandered like the best day that we've had to play golf in like 3 months. Just ruined it. So,
Hey, there's about to be plenty more good days though.
yeah. But I'm not gonna be on the golf course those days. Well, I will be, but not playing. I'm gonna go spend my little 3-hour sessions at the wetlands, hit on the driving range, then go chip. Now that I kind of know what I'm doing. But I think when I get this next paycheck, I may go to Golf Connection and get a 60 degree if they have one, because it can't be that much. Like if a driver is 99, a used 60 degree can't be
Oh yeah, it'll be
can't be
cheap.
that bad. Is there like this brand of a 60 degree matter?
Not necessarily. It comes down to preference. I mean, you got like TaylorMade, Callaway. You got like Cleveland makes a good wedge. If you're looking for something fairly inexpensive, Wilson clubs aren't bad.
Because
Not a whole lot.
Dylan has one of those Bomb Tech 60 degrees.
Supposedly those
Yeah.
are really good.
Those are dumb cheap on the internet. But like I was like, a 60 degree wedge is like a wedge to me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not really going to be hitting it like a full thing very often. Like it's not often I'm inside of
Yeah.
100 yards up to the hole, unless I'm like in chipping range where I'm not going to use a full swing of a 60 degree. But
Tell you what, you better get one soon because next time we go play, I'm going to keep putting you within 100 yards.
golly, every time we were at 94 yards, I was like, I am going to shoot you. I was like, I can't. So then I would choke down on a sand wedge, and then I would blade it or chunk it. I was like, I also got to figure out what I'm doing with the sand wedge. I got to like slow-mo video that because my divots were like straight lines. Like they were skinny. It was like,
Oh, like really, really
yeah,
thin
like
ones?
somehow I guess I was coming down with like an open club face and just like slicing it like that, but I wasn't
Yeah.
making contact with the ball.
Mhm.
I don't know, but it like the ball trajectory wasn't. It didn't look like a slice, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
You could be just catching the toe,
Yeah,
just dragging the
maybe.
toe.
I also want to get one of those like a hitting net on Amazon. It's like $80.
Yeah.
And just start hitting actual golf balls at that. I mean, it'll be off a turf mat, but it'll at least give me like
Would be something.
I could hit constantly. And just like if I have like 20 minutes, I could just like go out with a 9-iron and do that. Did y'all watch Full Swing?
No, I haven't yet. It's on my list.
That was pretty good. It was like Matt Fitzpatrick. He said he was like, on even days, hit with your even clubs, and on odd days, hit with your odd clubs. And I was like, oh, I never thought about that.
I like it.
That dude logs every shot he's ever hit ever.
Crazy.
Like what his ball speed was, swing speed, carry, everything. He logs it all. I was like,
And that's the difference between
Does he log it or does
pros
somebody
and
else
us
log it?
no,
for him?
dude, he logs it himself. He carries a notebook with his yardage book, and he like writes it out, and then he puts it in an Excel spreadsheet.
Crazy.
But like he's, I think, one of the only pros that does every single shot that he hits. But they don't. I thought they would have more people in it. To be honest with you, like kind of like Drive to Survive. Of course, there's only 20 of them, so it's easier to hit everybody. But each episode is only like 2 golfers, and then like
Yeah.
Keith Fowler's in several of them. But he's just like commentary, I guess. Like he just is kind of like him sitting on his like couch. But they go through JT and Jordan Spieth, Brooks Koepka is one of them. I think they do Matt Fitzpatrick and Dustin Johnson. They do some British golfer guy that wears like crazy pants. You might know what I'm talking about. I can't remember his name right now. Rory is the last episode. I don't know. They hit a few guys, but like most of them I didn't know. One of them is like both rookies. There's like Thigala and somebody else. But I thought they would have more people in there, and I thought that they would have more of the tournaments. So like each episode, there may be like one new tournament. But there's 8 episodes. So like I think in all 8 episodes, they have the Masters at some point in it, or like the PGA Championship. I was like,
Well,
it's like, okay, well,
it's the same thing with.
I know how it's going to be. Yeah, but like Formula One, they only have however many races, but like in
22.
yeah,
And in this, did you watch this season?
no,
yet?
I'm waiting for Aubrey.
I think literally episode 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5, they all talk about Silverstone.
Dang.
So
I'm
it's a Netflix problem.
It's it's whoever's producing it is what they're like. I don't know. They probably only make their way out that far. But I'm like, there were so many other races that important. Like they didn't even touch Brazil.
Yeah, I felt like that last season too.
Yeah.
Well, this season's way better. It's not like fake, like at all. So
That's good.
I've watched the whole thing already in like 2 days. So I guess I need to watch Full Swing.
Yeah, you should watch Full Swing.
But yeah,
I'm sure if they keep
Full Swing, you'll probably crush
I
in
saw
a day. I mean, because I watched it more in depth than other things because we didn't grow up watching golf, so like there was like stuff that I was like, I have no idea what they're talking about. Like I didn't know Brooks Koepka was the number 1 golfer from 2017 to 2019, and then he just
that
fell
happened.
off. And what was cracking me up was he was talking about Scotty Scheffler, and he was like, I can't keep up with this kid. I was like, Scotty Scheffler's probably like in his late 20s, and you're in your early 30s. He's not really a kid. But I didn't really. I thought
Scotty was already 30.
How old is?
I'm looking it up.
Okay,
I'm looking it up. Yeah.
I can't.
We don't have Jamie here, but I got you.
We should get a Jamie. We should get a
Jamie, look that up. I mean, I could be the Jamie because I don't always.
Do you
know.
watch a lot of Joe Rogan? You should watch their Protect Our Parks episodes. They have Mark Norman who'll be like, "Look it up, J-Mo."
Oh, he's 26. He's 26.
Look it up.
Scheffler's 26.
Yeah, I thought he was older.
I feel
than
bad
that.
about myself right about now. Look.
Well, so this was. So I was like, after
And Brooks
I
is
graduate,
32.
I don't want to. I want to play. I want to do something golf. And I was like, the career lifespan of a PGA player, like they'll play into their 40s. And like
Yeah.
some of the guys that are like rookies on the tour, they're like 23, so they're like our age. Like the guy that I think his name was Davis Thompson. He got runner-up at either the American Express or the other tournament that John Rahm won. Like right after that, Farmers Insurance Open, one of those two. He got second, and he was 23, and he almost beat John Rahm. And then like Colin Morikawa, he's 25, but I think he debuted when he was in his early 20s because he won like 2 or 3 majors or something like that, or 4. But I was like, it's not out of the realm of possibility that if I like started to take golf seriously, I was like, if you have some kind of natural talents and you start doing stuff, I was like, could I make it? But then also I was looking at like the path to be just like a PGA member so that you can be like a certified like assistant director of golf and all that other stuff, like work at golf courses. And you just have to pass a player ability test and then some other thing, and then you take like courses to learn about golf. But the player ability test, basically, if you're like within a plus 10 handicap, you have a good chance. You just have to be consistent with it.
Wow.
So I was like, dude, if we got serious about golf, like it's not out of the realm of possibility. After I graduate, like if I'm still working at Jet, I can get a 40-hour week in in 4 or 5 days, and then either before work or after work, hit the range. When I'm not at work, hit the range, play around. I was like, we could be serious about it. And then if like,
So you
Playing some golf.
can get good quick.
yeah, you like the learning curve.
And all that, yeah.
Last summer, I saw results pretty quick. Like I went from consistently going to the course and shooting like 125 to within a month, I broke 100, and then I was shooting like consistently like 102, 105. And it really just comes down to like, I don't have good putting form. I can read greens now. I just don't have like the distance control, I guess. My chipping has gone from like, I can't chip worth anything to I can chip pretty decent now. And if I had like, I mean, you could say if all day long, but I feel like if I had the right tools for the job, like if I had the right club for each moment, I could be that much better. And then if I was consistently striking the balls, at least like, even if they're not going far, if I was just getting a consistent swing and hitting the ball, that's a game changer. If I stop hitting the ball into the freaking water, I'm saving like 12 strokes a round. Subtract 12 strokes from 112, and then you remove the 3 putts and make them all 2 putts. Shooting freaking 80 in no time. So I was like, you
just got to be able to do that
doable.
consistently.
I just have to like spend some time, and I think that's what this podcast will help us do. Is we'll like start to, if it's really what we want to do, we have like the accountability of like everybody that like, well, I say everybody that watches, all like 15 people that follow what I'm doing, and then just me, like, because I like to make the videos, like the clips and stuff of me like hitting, because then I can see what I'm doing, and then every now and then I get like some random person will comment about like something that helps me out a little bit. So like I figured out that I'm using like the swing should be just like shoulders and like body rotation, not me swinging my arms. So that changed a lot. I mean, now I kind of like, I don't know how to hit anymore because I was doing a whole lot with arms, but like if I just get the rotation right, it helped me get my driver down a little bit. So I think we could get good quick. And then once we get good, we can start playing at nice courses and like, and not feel bad about it. Like I could rationalize going play at some like top tier course in Texas, maybe like making like a weekend golf trip, or like we go to Oklahoma for a weekend or something. Like, of course it costs money, but like remove the money side, or remove money from the equation. If we're playing good, it makes sense to go play nice places.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a little bit better too. I actually I have a project in one of my classes this semester. I have to do like what they call like an adult learning experience, and then write like a research paper on it. The whole class is about adult learning styles and stuff like that. So I'm going to take a golf lesson tomorrow at like 1 or something, and it's like a 60-minute lesson with a pro. It's at a place called Golf Tech, which they're one of the biggest lesson suppliers in the United States.
Feel free to take some notes and let us know next week.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm hyped for it. I'm hoping it's going to go well. It's mostly going to be like I think they said it's just going to be a swing evaluation for the first time, but it's a full hour of swing evaluation. So I'm definitely going to cover a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Considering different clubs and everything else. So I'm hoping it's going to go well, because I need to figure out how to hit my driver straight, because I can do it sometimes.
Yeah,
but
it's when you start to add the power that you start to kind of get them squirrely. Yep. I don't know how the ball is going to come off the club until after I see it, but I want to get to the point where I feel like I kind of know what I'm doing before I take a lesson, because I looked up like prices of golf lessons around like over here, and at the courses they're like $80 an hour. And so before I go spend $80 an hour, I want to have a decent idea, or I want to at least be able to like be good enough to where a lesson will actually help me in a meaningful way.
I will say though, if you are still struggling and you've been working on it for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a lesson may be what you need to fix that, because the pros, at most golf courses. They really know what they're talking about, and they can fix it in 5
Yeah.
minutes. And it's taking you a month, and you
Yeah,
still
they'll
can't
just
do it
eyeball it.
because they just know more about it.
Yeah.
Like the places I used to go to for lessons when I was a kid, their private lesson bays, they had a slow-mo camera in front of you and then off to your side, so they caught both angles, and then would play it back in slow-mo and show you everything that was wrong and nitpick it. Made you feel so bad about yourself.
That's what I need.
Every time. Felt
That's
awful.
what I need, though.
But
Yeah, that's what I
it
need
worked
too.
so well
Because in fast motion, people will be
because
like,
it shows you
your swing looks
everything.
great. I'm like, I know it's effed up. I know it is.
Yeah, there's something wrong
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's like we were at Big Shots, and I'm like, Wyatt, what am I doing wrong? Do a practice swing. He's like, that looks pretty good. Hit the ball now. I went, swing it. Terrible. And he's like, all right, get another ball. Do it again because I have no idea. And I'd swing again, and I'm like, Wyatt. And he's like,
I don't know, dude.
yeah. I was like,
I can't.
Yeah. Right now, like,
I
I can
can't tell.
slow-mo once. Well, I think I can slow-mo with my GoPro, but it's the video quality is not quite the same. So like maybe next time I go, I'll put my GoPro camera in front of me on slow-mo, and then I'll have it behind me with my like phone camera on
Yeah.
slow-mo, because that's where I can really see. That's when I see like when my arms are too far out and that kind of thing, and then I can see where the club face is like as I come out. But with my driver, I feel like I've got it nailed down, but then like my swing looks totally different with my irons. Like I slow mode an
I mean,
iron
it's
shot,
supposed to-
and it's not even moderately close. And then I watch like slow mos of like the pros. Like I watch YouTube of like a shot, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
close. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to. Well, the first part I need to do is identify like the issue so that I can actually YouTube it. Because like I'll be like, I'll YouTube how to hit irons, and there'll be all these different things like, are you casting? Are you doing? I don't know what casting is. I don't
know what that means.
which drill. Like it's like this drill will help you with ball striking. Like I don't know if it's ball striking that I need to worry about yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we should wrap this up with some goals. So I think
like it.
for next week, I'm gonna like work on my irons so that next week maybe I can talk about how I can hit my irons again. And then I'm going to see if by next week I can have a 60 degree. So
I like it. My goal is hopefully to learn something from my lesson. Try to figure out how to hit my driver straight before we talk about all this again. And I'm looking at getting a wedge as well soon because I'm going to a mom and pop golf shop here in town and see if I can pick up a decent used wedge because I need something that's not a gap wedge or pitching wedge. Like I need a sand wedge, something with a little bit more loft. So
I think my goal is just actually pick up my clubs. They've been sitting in the corner of my room for like ever. Got to actually swing again. I haven't swung clubs since last one with the Big Shots, which was forever ago.
yeah, I would say, and when you do it, try and set something up to where like you can video yourself and get like a good.
yeah,
Because you want to be able to video yourself when you're swinging bad and when you're swinging good. So like I mean, it's easy with my Apple Watch because I can just be like, I just start the video and then I'll swing and then I'll stop it and then I'll start the next one and I'll swing. That way I can have like individual ones and sometimes I'll like hit a couple, but I like at the end I'll have a whole bunch of clips and I can go through them and I can favorite the ones that are good or like the ones where like I learned something and then I like put them side by side and I'll look at them and be like, why is it like that was one swing right after the other one? Why is that one so much different? So that helps a lot. But
that's a good idea. I'll have to keep that in mind.
and I can send you a link for this tripod that I got. It's decent. It was like $50. So like that way you can hold your phone up if you don't have anything to stand it on. It was pretty cheap. And it's pretty solid. Just don't pinch your finger in it.
I like it.
So
All right.
anyway,
Noted.
we'll wrap this guy up. Kapow.